Probably flour. Well, I mean, the baking baking soda or baking powder. I mean, it's not the same thing as flour. This is a rising agent. Flour is the base building block, honey. I mean, if I put flour in a jar and let it rise, I know how to make yeast that way. It's pretty easy. That's what sourdough is. But no, this I'm curious about. Like, was this a revolution in the baking world, you know? I need a whisk. I don't know where a whisk is. Well, looks like I need a fork. Oh, found a whisk. Crisis averted, guys. I still need a fork. Fork. So we're going to mix this together real well. All right, so we need 1/4 of a cup of warm milk. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Pyrex measuring cup. I'm going to put 1/4 of a cup in it and put it in the microwave because I'm lazy. Do 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 do. There we go. Just liberating the milk from the depths of the fridge. All right, 1/4 of a cup. I like when a dough calls for milk in it because you know it's going to be moist and tender. And if you're looking to make a vegetarian version of this and you don't want to use milk, you can use coconut milk, perfectly fine. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. That should be plenty. The great thing about making a bread that uses baking soda or baking powder is um, unlike yeast, you don't have to be worried about to throw out sensible answers. It's okay, Lion. But unlike working with yeast, you don't have to worry about burning and killing off the baking powder or baking soda. The higher the temperature, usually the faster the reaction takes place for chemical leavening agents, you know? All right, we're also going to need 1/4 of a cup of warm water. And 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. My giant jug. Whoop, rude. My measuring cups tried to take a dive off the table. All right, we're going to detach this one from its friends because I don't want to have to wash the whole set after I put oil on that one. All right, and our milk has been warmed. Seems warm. That should be fine. It only takes about 30 seconds to warm up 1/4 cup of milk. All right, and we also need warm water, so I'm just going to add it to the milk. Make sure I have warm water. And since 1/4 cup plus 1/4 cup is 1/2 cup, we're just going to fill it up from here to the 1/2 cup line. There we go. Okie dokie. And now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of oil to this and mix it into the flour. Go. Alrighty. Got a little on the outside of the cup there. I'm going to take this and put it in the sink. Actually, I'm going to wash it because I'm going to need it again. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Alrighty. Now we just mix the two of them together and then we let them take a nap. So I ran an experiment one time because this is the same sort of process as making tortillas. You have to let the dough rest. It does not come out right if you don't. Like, can you go straight from point A to point B? Yes, you can. Should you? Probably not. The end result won't be as good. Alrighty, so we're just gonna mix together the oil and milk a little. I'm gonna pour it in there and mix it all together with the fork. Da, 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 until it kind of turns into a dough. Go. Go. I'm gonna go ahead and actually dust my hands in flour a little bit and squish this all together. And then we're gonna cover it with some saran wrap and put it in the oven for storage for now. Go. It's not a very big ball of dough, but these are basically slightly thicker tortillas. Very similar. There we go. That should do. All right, I'm going to rinse my hands off, and then we're going to put some saran wrap on this and go ahead and let it rest in the oven so it's out of the way. And I'm going to wash off my Pyrex mixing cup or measuring cup while I'm over here because we're going to need it again. Go all together now. All right, that's ready to use. Alrighty, so there's my saran wrap. I'm gonna put some saran wrap over this bowl so the dough doesn't dry out while it rests. The goal is for it to take a nap, not to desiccate. There. Okay, now that that's ready, we're gonna go ahead and start cutting up our vegetables and preparing so that we can just cook everything without having to do a lot of prep work in between. Right, I have coffee. Coffee. All right, so flipping over to the other recipe. Alrighty, so we need an onion diced. This wee little beastie. Hi, Plush! Welcome in. Greetings and salutations. Now, this onion is slightly bigger than what the recipe called for, but I really like onion. Oh my gosh! Hi! Welcome in, Lulu and crew! Welcome in! Revenant, can you go ahead and do a shout out for them? Welcome in. How are you doing today? What were you streaming? How was it? Puppy hyper? So, how's everyone doing tonight? Y'all hungry? Right now we're making Thai coconut curry, the red kind. And we're going to be including chicken in it. It turned into a puppy daycare, so streaming them getting to know each other. Aw, I wish I'd seen that. I have to go back and watch the VOD. Love me some baby doggies. We currently have a couple of kittens over at the main house, and they're so cute. And I think they were just their names were just decided on being Fenrir and Freya. Hi, Prakash. Welcome in, Viltris. Hi. Welcome in, everybody. Look at this. I managed to stream 2 nights in a row. It's a miracle. I woke up this morning with the plan and intention to come and see you all. Curry, it is one of my favorite foods. Now, if you don't know, there are typically when most at least Westerners talk about curry, they're talking about one of 3 kinds. You have Thai curry, Indian curry, or Japanese curry. Today we're making the Thai kind. Is that pronounced China? Tilly, Tally, and Oscar. Hi, Master of Splits. Welcome in. I know it's a miracle. I'm on for a second night in a row. I miss being able to stream 6 days a week. I just do not have the energy levels after beating my head against the wall at the bakery all day. At this point, I've kind of just decided I'm going to watch this dumpster fire burn because I did my due diligence and I tried to warn them about an issue and they brushed it off, so I'm just going to get my popcorn now. Okay, I was making sure I was pronouncing that right, Lulu and crew. There we go. Onions. Lots of onions because I love onions. It is all good. I love curry. I'm thinking another night I might make Japanese curry. Because I have a good recipe for the from scratch stuff because a lot of Japanese curry comes from a box now and there's nothing wrong with that. We're also making roti bread. I don't think I'm saying that right, but I haven't actually heard that. It's the Thai flatbreads. So I've got the dough currently sitting in a bowl resting in the oven because it has to rest for at least 30 minutes. So during that time, we're going to go ahead and prepare our curry. Put the knife here so it's safe. Then we're going to move all the onions into this bowl before they start making me cry. So, has anybody else gotten to eat anything delicious this past week, month, year? I haven't been on as much as I'd like. Onions are worth crying over. They are. They're one of my favorite things to put in food, and they don't like me very much, but I don't care. No, no aglio olio spaghetti. One day, but today is not that day. Go, rinsing the onion off my hands. All right, so we've got our onion. Now we're going to prepare our bell peppers and carrots because they'll be going in together. I've already washed and peeled my carrots so that I didn't have to deal with that on screen. And we're just going to cut them on a bias, so at an angle, and make little discs out of them. The thickness of the discs really depends on the texture you like and how fast you want this to cook. I'm not a patient person, but I like my carrots to have a little bit of a texture to them still. So we're going to cut them medium thick. Now, if you have a mandolin slicer, and I'm not sure exactly where mine's at, it's around here somewhere, then you can use a mandolin slicer to get your carrot slices, which makes it so much faster. It's simple and cheap. I'm aware, but I don't have any olive oil. No. Carrots into the bowl. So I'm going to put the carrots and the bell peppers all into a single mixing bowl so that I don't have to, because they're all going in at the same time anyway. Still need to get that Parmesan wheel. One day. I haven't got the $300 or $400 to spend on one, but one day I will have my giant Parmesan wheel. And I will be truly happy. Sorry I'm not talking, Chad. I'm trying to make sure I don't cut my fingers off. I mean, I already had to see one of the kids in my bakery cut his hand earlier this week, and I don't feel like repeating the experience, but on my end. Poor kid had to go to the ER because it just would not stop bleeding. He took it like a champ, though. Alrighty. Gonna get rid of these. Da 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 da. Boop. Alrighty. More carrots in the bowl. So in addition to the bell peppers, we're gonna add this little beastie. I have no idea if it's a spicy pepper or not. I got it for free as a barter at the farmer's market. So we're just gonna cut him open and check him out. And if he's spicy, he's going in. And if he's not spicy, he's also going in. Go. I fear no pepper. Go. Just use it. It'll be fine, right? Of course. How bad could it be? Gotta go sort some puppers, then you shall return. Go, give them a snuggle for me. I love me some puppers. So what I did is I cut the top and the bottom off of the bell pepper, and then I sliced down the side, and I went around the inside and severed all of the little bits so that all I'm left with is this core piece. Boop. And now we're just going to cut these into little strips. So this recipe also originally called for kale, but I don't wanna, so I'm putting spinach in it. Because I've made this with spinach before and it was perfectly fine. Does anyone know where kale originates from? Like what continent and region? Because I don't think it's from the Americas. But potatoes are. Alrighty. The chopping up of the vegetables always takes the longest, mostly because I don't want to cut my fingers off. I rather like them. I'm attached to them, you might even say. I tried to use as much of the bell pepper as possible because I just like bell peppers. Waste not, want not, and all that. Eastern Mediterranean. That's spelled poorly. What's spelled poorly? Oh, the idea came across though. So, like Greece? All right, now we have a red bell peppers. 2 more bell peppers to go, everybody. I thought about doing the prep work before the stream, but then I realized that the stream would be far, far too short and I wouldn't get to talk to anybody. Google says Anatolia. Yep. I've met someone who was named Anatolia. I didn't realize it was a place. All right, so what I've done is I've cut the top and the bottom off, and then I've made a slit down the side along one of the veins, or the, I don't know, flying buttresses, whatever you want to call those internal things. And then I'm going to just slowly, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can kind of see what I'm doing. And then I'm just gonna chop it off. So all I'm left with is this. It's like a belt. It's a bell pepper belt. And this is what came out of the middle. Ta-da! Might be one of the original wild cabbages that we derived the others from. Might be. I mean, I could definitely see that. So I'm trying to practice doing the finger thing, and I didn't really know, I really didn't have the hang of it, and it wasn't until somebody at my work told me that the thumb is involved did I really actually start getting any good at it. So hopefully I'll be a little better with my knife work going forward. I always found my knife work to be a little embarrassing because I couldn't get the hang of just shoving something forward with my hand and making it seem seamless. Go. Yeah, most of the things I've learned about how to cut a knife, I've done from watching, or cut with a knife, I've done from watching other people. I'm not formally trained in jack shit. So I just see something and I'm like, hey, that makes sense. I'm going to try that. There we go. And now for the top and the bottom. So I got a ribeye steak at the store today, and I want to cook it for Revenant. And I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with it. Normally, I just grill the poor thing blue rare and serve it up. Sometimes I'll give it a nice wine marinade. But I'm thinking I want to do something different this time. But I'm not all that experienced in cooking meat products, mostly because I can't eat meat products, so I was never really taught growing up. And since Revenant likes his steaks blue rare, I never really learned how to cook a steak past that point. But it's a decent looking it's a decent looking low end ribeye, but it's still a ribeye nonetheless. So I need to find something decent to do with it. Because for me, it was a bit of an expensive piece of meat. Yeah. There we go. I sharpened my knife a little, and it's definitely cutting much better now. Go. All right, and last but not least, the yellow one. Now, it only called for a red and a green one, but I'm going to have green spinach, and I wanted to have a nice color to my food. I like my food to be bright and colorful and attractive looking. Food should be beautiful from beginning to end. I remember one time I said to someone, "You eat first with the eyes," and he's like, "I just imagine someone slamming their face into the plate." And I'm like, "Yeah, there's that too." Let's see. Go. Alrighty. Cool. Last little bits. Oops. A little bit of the stem got cut off and was going to end up in the pile. Do 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 do. I'm thinking tomorrow night we'll keep it simple and I'll be making confetti salad and maybe something with fish. Depends on how well I did in tips last week. Almost finished with the bell peppers. Then we gotta slice up. No, then we gotta mince and grate the garlic and ginger. And then I think we're pretty much ready. Because I got the pre-washed spinach because I'm lazy like that. Oh, wait, I gotta chop up that funny looking, the mystery pepper. I gotta chop up the mystery pepper, everybody. So anyone want to place bets on if it's a spicy or a sweet pepper? Looks like a spicy pepper, but then again, I've eaten a pepper that looked intimidating, but really was not. All right, I'm gonna cut the end off of this thing. All right, now I'm gonna do a thing where I take the pepper and I hold it over the trash can and I rub it like this upside down so all the seeds fall out. Because if it is a hot pepper, by rubbing the seeds out of it, it should reduce the heat a little bit because a lot of the capsaicin, the part that makes it spicy, is in the seeds themselves. Because I'd rather not kill the other people trying to eat this with me. Like, I like a good hot pepper. Don't get me wrong. But I would not spring such a surprise on the people I am feeding. There we go. Alrighty, so I rubbed it. I kind of curled it over the trash can and it kicked most of the seeds out. So now we're just going to cut it into thin little slices and we're just going to mix it in. Actually, slightly spicy, but not too much. I can always add some cayenne if I want this to be a little hotter. You would risk it. Sort out the week. Well, the other person I'm letting try this has been having some stomach issues as late, and I don't want to hurt them. There we go. All those nice little peppers. Aren't they nice? Just made a bunch of little tiny rings. In you go, in you go. Alrighty. Now we're gonna go ahead and prepare the onions and garlic, or the ginger and garlic. Ba, 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 ba. We must first liberate the garlic from its paper prison. All right, this says 2 cloves. And this is a pretty big clove, so I will accept this answer. Usually I see the number of cloves suggested as kind of just, that, a suggestion. We're going to put the ginger and the garlic into this little cup, aside from the onions and the other parts, because they'll be going in separately. The only downside to garlic cloves this large is I'm going to have to cut them to get them into my tiny garlic press. There we go. Ooh. Liked his cooking style. I will try. I've got a bit of a squirrel brain, but I will do my best to go look. Maybe I'll do that while I'm lying in bed today. And hopefully not fall down a rabbit hole. If not, I can watch it while I'm waiting for my ride home from work tomorrow. Nope, too crushed. I smushed it. That's fine. It's about to get ultra crushed, so we don't care. All right, so I've got my garlic press. And we're just going to press it into there. This clove is almost too big. It's fine, I'm sure. The destruction of a whole clove of garlic. It's very entertaining for some reason. Some of it tries to escape when it's too big. All right, I'm just going to shave that off. I'm going to go rinse out my garlic press real quick because if the garlic dries in the garlic press, it is a nightmare to get it out later. There we go, all rinsed out. And now for the ginger. So we need about let's see, going to slice this end off. And that end. Normally we would peel this with a spoon, but I'm going to be lazy tonight and just go around the edge with my knife. I still don't know where my proper ginger knife is, so. Because yes, I have a favorite, not knife. I don't know where my proper ginger spoon is. I have a favorite spoon for peeling ginger with, and it is currently MIA. And that makes me all kinds of unhappy. All right, now we're just going to go ahead and grate this little bugger. Grating it, you don't get too many small particulates. You mostly get juice, which I think is entirely the point. I really like ginger, so this is slightly more than the recipe called for, but I like strong flavors. What can I say? Take the fibrous bits off the top. I'm just going to squeeze the juice in below and toss the fibrous bits. Almost done. Ginger smells so good. I remember the first time I used actual fresh ginger instead of dried powdered stuff, and it was one of those, what have I been doing with my life moments. It was so good. I want to learn how to make candied ginger soon. I think that would be delicious. All right, and then we're going to squeeze this. Scrape off the stuff on the underside. Go. Give her another little squeeze. Okay, I'm going to go rinse this off too. It's very important to clean as you go. Otherwise, you end up with a huge mess and decide never to cook again. Ginger is heavenly. It smells good. It tastes good. It makes excellent tea. All right, and then while we're here, we're going to cut our lime in half so it's ready. There we go. Oh, we should also prepare our cilantro for the topping. This will be a good bowl for that. We're trying to make sure everything is ready so that we don't have to do a whole lot of prep work while we're actually, you know. Oh yeah, garlic and ginger, it's a match made in heaven. Alrighty, so we have our cilantro. Candied ginger homemade is epic. You've given some from a Chinese restaurant you worked at once. You still have been too chicken to try. I am sorry, but that does sound amazing. Alrighty, give me that ginger. No, not ginger, cilantro. Making messes, making messes, making messes. All right, so typically you want to strip the cilantro off the stalks. Put this over here. So we're going to try and do that. This is easier with like a cheese grater or something so that you can just pull it through. But I'm just going to pluck some because this is mostly just for garnish. So we're not putting a huge amount. Let's see. Yeah, if we were doing Mexican food and I needed a shit ton of this, I would just get the huge bundle and chop the whole thing. Well, until I got to the stems majorly, but just chop up the leaf part because that's how they do that in Mexican restaurants and food trucks. That's how my abuela did it. That's how I do it when I'm making street tacos. Nobody cares if there's a little stem in their taco. So I tried to get rid of you because you're. What? Who tried to get rid of you? It wasn't me. I need my guard lion. You scare off the creepy people. Is Twitch being all kinds of weird over there? Hmm. Ooh, if I'm going to be making my Greek bell pepper salad tomorrow, I should make Greek chicken kebabs. You know, with like the yogurt and stuff. Yeah. If I knew where to find grape leaves, I would also be making what are they called? It's the grape leaf stuffed with like rice and stuff. It's one of my favorite things. Mhm. Hey, kiddo, go. See, by the way, after over 2 years layoff from the martial arts, you returned back in August. Congratulations, Master of Splits. Which particular discipline? I think I'm going to switch to, well, no, should be fine. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If I remember correctly, in Brazil, you aren't allowed to learn martial arts, so jiu-jitsu is kind of turned into a choreography style so that people can train in jiu-jitsu but still not break the law. It's very fun to watch, if I'm correct. That is Capura. Oh, I got it wrong. I just know that somewhere that's a thing. Looks like I need to brush up on my martial arts facts. Grapple arts in the world. Since I've been staying in shape during the whole layoff, you didn't lose much. You started picking it back up in a matter of weeks. Excellent. I'm glad. I wish I could do a martial arts thing, but right now I would probably break something trying because my body is not sturdy enough for that anymore. Just where do you think you're going? Almost got enough cilantro, I think. I like to put a big handful of it on top of my curry because I'm weird. All right, that should be good for now. Put the other half back into the bag loose. Stray leaf. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these out. Oof. And we're gonna get rid of the, yeah, let's go ahead and chop this a little, put it into the bowl, and then we'll use the cutting board to transport things over to the garbage. There we go, that should be good. It's nice and aromatic in here. Dance martial art from Brazil. Ah, there we go. Okay, I'm like, I know Brazil and some sort of martial arts and dance thing, but it was a long time ago when I saw a documentary about it, and so I was like, trying to remember. Did I say jujutsu? The first time? Not quite the right word. Jujitsu. Jujit. Ah, now I'm yeah, jujitsu. Okay. I'm like, now I'm second guessing myself if I'm saying that right. All right, check. Give me one moment to toss this stuff. Alrighty. Now we cut up some chicken. All right, so I have 2 chicken breasts here. And we're just gonna cut them up into itty bitty little pieces. Gonna try and get just like little cubes. We want them to cook fairly quickly. Yep, that much I knew. I did know that jujitsu was originally a Japanese art. That there. They said let there be meat. Now I'm putting a rather high ratio of meat to vegetable that I would normally put in this, but I think Revenant might cry if there's not enough protein. Mm. Oh, little lumps of chicken. I'm gonna cut this piece off because it looks tough. Mhm. Let's see. You have observed that most of the things I cook have meat. Yeah, I personally don't want to eat meat with every meal, but Revenant would probably be very upset. He like in high school, all the way through high school, I was voluntarily vegetarian, mostly because it worked for me diet-wise. Um, but Revenant is basically an obligate carnivore almost. At least you'd think so, the way he talks about not have if he doesn't have meat. He gets very upset. Then he acts like he's dying. And if I'm gonna have a protein source, I personally like chicken or fish. Revenant likes pork and beef. I can't eat those, but I try to accommodate him when I can. Because just because I can't or won't eat something doesn't mean I expect everybody else to. But much with elves look at all the silent and say, "Where's food?" No, it wasn't the hobbits; it was the dwarves. Hobbits like all kinds of food, vegetarian or otherwise. Dwarves wanted the meat. Oh, I don't have a problem with people eating meat. It's just it's As far as health goes, for me personally, my body doesn't do very well with a lot of meat, and I can't eat some kinds of meats. It makes me very sick if I try. That's why a lot of our meals have chicken in them, because that's what I can eat. But again, I support other people's right to eat whatever the fuck they want. And as I've said, most of my preferred meals are vegetarian, but I also understand that Revenant might like expire if I did that to him. And I'm not that kind of wife. Go. All right. Everything has been chopped. Before we begin the actual cooking process, I'm going to get my rice started. Put my knife back in its spot. Yeah, one thing I want to learn soon is how to properly cook a steak, because again, I've learned how to cook meat for Revenant, but he eats his steaks blue rare, which has led to a weird, um, how do I say it? Blind spot in cooking, and that's I don't know how to cook meat past blue rare. Like it's just a whole lot of guesswork. Put that there. Alrighty. Right, rice. So instead of white rice, we're going to be using this. It's not true wild rice, because true wild rice takes a very long time to cook, but it's a multi-grain brown rice. Eating plants is just a little taboo for you, but other people can enjoy the greens. Oh, please, you took that from a video game. There's nothing taboo about it. He saw that the elves in Elder Scrolls don't, they have the green pact, and eating anything that comes from the forest is taboo. And he was like, yes, that's what I'm going with. Mr. Drama King, I don't make you eat more vegetables than you need to. All right, so I got to rinse my rice off, and then I'm going to fill it up and put it in the rice cooker. Yes, you're following the green pact that you took from a video game. You're just using it as an excuse not to eat vegetables. You didn't eat vegetables before that. And like I said, I'm not going to force you to follow my diet, so don't be fussy. Um, I like to put a little extra water in these so that they end up properly soft and not crunchy, because they take a little more water, I've noticed, than the plain white rice does. All right, plug it in, and click. All right, now the rice is cooking. Onward. Yes, no, Revenant didn't like veggies even before he discovered that in a video game. After he discovered that in a video game, he's like, "See, that's it. I'm following the Green Pact." He never mentioned anything about that before. And if anyone's thinking that I force him to eat lots and lots of vegetables, when we're on harder times, I put his dietary wants before my dietary needs, and it has led to me getting hurt on several occasions. So he's not being neglected. Alrighty, we can start cooking now. Okay, so let's get this heated up. Let's find the right spoon thingy. Ooh, that works. It's not a spoon at all. If I don't finish my veggies, my mother still gives me the eyes. You're 28, by the way. Yeah, no, I think if if I have kids, I want them to have a balanced all-around diet. Hopefully they don't get my genetic fuck up that makes it so that I can't really eat meat. But there is a silver lining because I can't eat beef or pork without suffering. Um, my cholesterol is better than most people in my family because they have bad cholesterol in my family. All right, so I could not find my coconut oil, so we're just gonna put a little bit of canola oil in here because why the fuck not? That should be fine. All is well now. Where did my onions go? There's my onions. All right, so we're gonna start the onion sauteing and then put the chicken on top of them. The onions will help the chicken not stick to the pan because this pan does do that. We're saving the cast iron skillet for the roti. I'm gonna start cooking a lot more of my food in cast iron skillets after I go through and season all of the kitchen mistress's skillets because well, my iron's been a little low lately, one of the sad side effects of not being able to eat red meat. So like I need to start cooking in iron skillets again because that's usually how I manage my iron levels. Anyway, I haven't gotten nobody's given me any good ideas about what to do with that ribeye steak for a Revenant. It's got to be good. I normally like to either just grill it with some Montreal seasoning or I do a red wine marinade with sauteed onions and mushrooms, but I'm looking to change it up a little. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow I'll make him a steak and me a fish. I haven't had any salmon in a hot minute. Peppercorn sauce? Huh. I don't think I've made that before. Can you link the recipe in the Discord? Go. You will have to find it. That's fine. If you do find it, though, link it in the recipe Discord. All right, so now we're just gonna dump our chicken in here and gonna smush it around. Let it start cooking with the onions. And once this is pretty much partially cooked, like the outside is turned white, but they'll probably still be pink inside, we'll move on to the next step, which is the ginger and garlic, and then the bell peppers. Rather than writing instructions for how to do this, I just wrote sequence ingredients go into the pan because it's pretty straightforward. An onion thought it could escape. We're not tolerating that. Yeah, if it was a different cut of meat, I might have done an East Asian style steak with a sauce, but not for a ribeye, I think. And if it was a skirt steak, we'd be having street tacos. All right, our onions are starting to turn translucent. Take a little sip of my coffee. Alrighty. Just keep stirring, just keep stirring. Oh, this is starting to smell good. Like chicken and onions. All right. Now we're going to add in our ginger and garlic. Give it a few stirs, let that get fragrant. I love the smell of garlic and ginger when they hit the pan. Like, I really wish that somehow, like, I could put the scent from the cooking over the stream. Like, people could smell it coming out of their computers because, oh, it smells so good. All right, now we're going to add our bell peppers, onions, and carrots. I'm going to let them saute until such time as the bell peppers start to soften up a little. We're making an amazing candle scent. Savory candles. Sounds delicious. Couldn't find any recipe without added brandy or similar. Well, I might actually have brandy around. And since it'll be on the steak, I wouldn't be eating it. So it's not an issue because I can't have, I don't know. Is brandy fermented rye? I can't have fermented rye products, but yet another annoying bit of genetics I inherited. One of the reasons my dad started teaching me how to cook as a kid is to make sure I could feed myself because I had dietary restrictions. Going to eat lunch. You have a good lunch, Prakash. I'll make sure to look at the thing you sent. I need a bigger pan. I wonder if I should have made this in my wok. Probably would have fit better. All right, those are softening up pretty fast. All right, next we add the curry paste. Let's see how much. 2 tablespoons of this stuff. Let's disconnect this again because I'm going to have to wash it again. Woot. Alrighty, curry paste. Gloop. Ooh, yummy. I like it. It's spicy. There we go. We're just going to stir this in here a little bit. Oops, man down. So if you're making a batch of curry and you want people to be able to choose their protein, what you would do is you'd make the vegetable and sauce part, and you'd cook all the meat separately. And then when they have it, you just put a handful of their chosen protein into the dish. All right, time for this thing. This is the coconut cream. Now, the original recipe calls for coconut milk, but I really like coconut cream, so we're going to do coconut cream. Now, give me a moment to fight with this crappy can opener. There we go. That actually went better than it normally does with that can opener. There we go. All right, coconut cream. This is the stuff you can make whipped cream out of. Hello, dear. Would you like some Thai curry? I'll be done soon. Yes, I would be delighted to. That's fair. Yeah, no, I would be happy to save a portion. I'm gonna have so much left over, it's ridiculous. Hmm. There we go. We also need to add a little bit of water. Or should we add another can of coconut cream? I added more bell peppers. Bubbles, you made it! Hi, welcome. No. I'm gonna do the thing I'm supposed to do and add a little bit of water, I think. Good evening. Hi, Tubbikins. Welcome back. How's your day going? There we go. Alrighty, put that in there, and we'll put the spinach in at the end so it doesn't overcook. All right, we're gonna give this a good stir, make sure it's well integrated. This smells good. Picked up stuff to make karage in the next few days. Hey! Welcome to the club. I hope you enjoy it as much as I usually do. Alrighty. So we're gonna go ahead and let this start simmering and cooking. Then we'll start tweaking the taste. So I rarely make a curry that doesn't include curry powder because I make my own curry powders, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, worst case scenario, I have a little bit of curry powder I can throw in there if it doesn't taste quite right. I was doing a thing and I don't remember what it was. All right, we're gonna take this over to the sink. There we go. And I'm gonna check on my rice pot while I have a moment to do so. All right, it's still cooking. Let's see, what else? Ready. Okay, so the lime and the spinach and things like that will be going on last. I'm gonna rinse this off. There we go. Alrighty. All the delicious foods. This smells really good. I'm going to turn it down a little so it doesn't simmer too hard for too long. And now we'll go ahead and start preparing our roti. Don't know if it's roti or roti. Don't think there's anyone from Taiwan in the chat, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd ask them. All right, let's give this a stir. There we go. Don't want anything to burn to the bottom, you know? Mwah. All right, let's find our dough that's been resting. Well, it looks well rested. Your parents are from Taiwan, so is it roti or roti? All right, let's get the wooden cutting board out for this part. Go. And where's my bench scraper? Make things easy on myself. Bench scraper and the stick. Okay. Actually, let's keep this for covering up them little dough balls. All right, spatula. Getting a rubber spatula to kind of peel this out. Bloop. All right, let's go put this in the sink so we don't have to worry about scrubbing it out later once it's all dried and crusty. All right, we're going to try and put this into about 8 even pieces. Let's see, I could Google, but I'll ask instead. What is the difference between naan and roti is leavened and roti is not? Well, technically roti is leavened because we used baking powder. All the recipes for naan that I've found have they've wanted you to have yogurt or something like that. I feel like I'm making tiny little scones. All right, so I'm going to pinch and pull these little guys into little balls. Put them over here. All right, let me go turn off the water. I'm going to get these all kind of turned into a spherical shape. And then underneath the saran wrap, will I roll them out individually? Right. In the meantime, let's turn this way down. Give my curry a stir. And we also need to turn on the flame for the cast iron because it takes a moment to heat up. It hissed at me. Hi, Tabikins. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the sub. I hope that means we'll be seeing you around. I always get sad when I meet someone in chat who seems like a fun person and then they disappear. And I'm like, oh, my friend, they left. Yeah, it's like technically I can say I've been to Taiwan, but we didn't really go into Taiwan. We had a layover and I got to look at it through a window. Or they can't stay long enough. Aw, you gotta go to bed, plush? Lion has all the cutest little emojis. You saw from the plane window. I know what I saw outside of the airport window was really pretty. Taiwan is one of the places I want to visit and explore from a culinary standpoint. I want to go to Taiwan. I want to go to India. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to China. Because you like cuties. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. So we're going to have 8 roti, I need to find out how that's said. It's going to be driving me insane. Boop, boop. The dough got really soft because the leavening agent started working. But it should rise up well enough when we put it over the heat because heat activates the baking powder even better. There we go. All right, I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this and this into the sink as well. And let me grab a stick of butter, y'all, because I'm gonna need one. Alrighty. Okay, I've got my butter. I've got my little dough balls. This is getting nice and hot. There. Well, you're just not gonna stay put, are you? There. Okay, so now we're gonna roll these out into about 6-inch discs. I use the same technique I was taught to use for tortillas, which is just keep rotating and pull out from the center. Trying to figure out how tough this dough is, so I don't want to overdo it by pressing down too hard. These will also probably not be perfectly round, but that's fine. I can live with that. Now it says to make sure they're not too thick or too thin. I'm not exactly sure what is too thick or too thin for a roti, so I'm just gonna hope that's good enough. More flour. Boop. Smoosh. Smoosh. I need a smaller one of these. Like the little one that's like this long. Go. Whoopsie. No, don't be like that. Sometimes it do be like that, though. That should be good. Just going to start with rolling out 3, and then I'm going to put them in the pan while I roll out more. Bloop. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my technique sucks. This is not something I do on a regular basis. I mean, it's similar to making tortillas, but I do not make tortillas as often as my abuela would want, I'm sure. I'm just a little disgrace of a Mexican girl. That'll do. All right, let's go ahead and I mean, it's tiny cook bread browns. This is true. All right, let's turn that down a little. And we're going to use this to turn on the overhead bench. Come on. There we go. Here we go. I'm going to let those cook a little. There. Bread. Oh, look, little bubbles. Oh, yes, these are going to be delicious. Hot things are hot. Oh, me, she would look at you. It is almost time, and I am so excited to eat. Because despite the fact that I work in a food service place, I do not really eat during the workday. So I know I'm probably not going to eat until I get home tomorrow. Tis the sad truth of things. All right. See how this first one looks. Ooh, gorgeous. Flop. That's going to be yummy. There we go. Let's see. Gorgeous. I think I'm going to go ahead and add like a whole slice of butter to the pan. Because honestly, I want these to fry. I don't know if that's correct, but it sounds good. All right, let's give our curry a little stir. Go. Let's get a towel to put our roti in once they're done. Oh, be like that then. Sorry, chat, I just knocked the lid to my flour over. All right, a clean, dry towel. This'll do. There, I have a clean, dry towel to put the roti in when it's done. Like my real question is, how do I know when it's done? I mean, it smells like bread. Bubbles! Aw, thank you for coming in, though. We were glad to have you here. I missed hearing from you. I hope you have a good rest. You have a good nap. Sweet dreams. Go. And the last one. All right, I think those must be done by now. They look done. Ooh, hot. Hot things are hot, everybody. So this is the bread we just made. It's a little hard to see in this light, and it's very hot. Looks like that on the other side. Ouch. Hot things are hot, everybody. Let's cover those up so they stay nice and warm. Alrighty, back to what I was doing. It's the final roti. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, asbestos fingers. Yes. I'm cooking with asbestos, not flour. Totally what's happening here. There we go. That's a little better. All right, more butter. All right, this time we're gonna dust a little bit of the excess um, flour off and see if that helps with the cooking process. Splat. It's very satisfying to splat them into the pan like that. Gorgeous. This one could use a little more rounding. There. All right, let's stir our curry again, and then we're going to go ahead and taste it. And then we're going to be adding more stuff to it, obviously, but I want to see how it tastes right now. We still have to add the lime and the soy sauce and the brown sugar to it. So obviously the taste won't be complete. But I'm really curious because this is my first time using pre-made curry paste, so 'tis a new experience. Okay, that's not bad. I will accept this. I normally make the curry paste myself, but my little what do you call it? I use a Ninja Bullet to make them normally rather than a full-size blender because I don't feel like making that much usually. I make it by the thing of curry. But that brand's not bad. I will accept it. Make my life a little bit easier. I still keep the recipe for the paste though. Sometimes you just gotta impress your dinner guests. There, that's good. We're gonna go ahead and throw this out and put the flour bucket away. And then we're gonna stir our spinach into the curry. Again, we're using spinach instead of the kale that it called for because I don't wanna. The rice is still cooking, but it should be done any moment now. Alrighty, so spinach. Doop, doop, doop. Washed and ready to eat. Good. All right, so we're just gonna one handful, 2 handfuls. Better yet, the whole thing. Boop. Now we try and crush it in here. It looks like a lot, but we all know spinach is going to turn into virtually nothing when it's cooked in. So we're just going to kind of gently try to fold this in without making a huge mess. Wish me luck, chat. We're going to rotate the roti. Because the center of this pan is the hottest part, so. Hi, NY Slice. You just got an ad for water in a can spraying on a laptop. All I care about is the laptop with a Mopo and a hardcore GTX. I see. How do you prevent the stems from getting tangled with each other and turning into a hairball of spinach stems? I've actually never had that happen. Does that happen to you? What did you do to anger the spinach gods if it does? I mean, if I'm feeling particularly picky, I'll go through and I'll pluck every single stem off of the spinach leaves if I have an ample amount of prep time, which I've done before. I used to do it in a restaurant. Like, they literally had me pluck every stem off of the spinach. It was ridiculous. But no, I've never had a huge bag of spinach is like 2 servings. Ain't that the truth? And there it goes. The spinach is gone. Used to happen to you all. Started chop the stems off the spinach leaves. Yeah, I had to hand pluck them. I just sat there on a little chair and went through these massive bags of spinach and just plucked all their little tails off. I mean, but then again, I go through and I break them up with my spatula deliberately. So, don't know. All right. Let's check on these little beauties. There we go. That looks more like what I was expecting it to look like. Could I grab these with my hands and flip them over? Probably. Do I want to? Not really. I do it enough with when I do make tortillas. Alrighty, so now we've got our spinach in. Give me a carrot. Mm, mm, mm. Hot. Yep, that's the perfect texture. I like my carrots, a very specific texture. Alright, so now we gotta add 1.5 teaspoons of brown or black sugar. I'm running low on black sugar, so I'm just going to use brown. Oh, I've worked for a lot of restaurants that don't know what cooking is. Like some of them, I'm just like, what is happening here? Who gave you the title of chef? Because what the actual fuck? And I'm not talking about preferences here. I mean like some basic stuff. That'll do. So one time I made the mistake. The fuck? Why the fuck do I have carrot chunks? Because carrots, and that's what the recipe called for. And most of the Thai coconut curry I've had carrots in it. I don't know if that's just a Western thing added in, but that's how it's served out here. Kind of wish I had the budget to get at least the pretty carrots, though. These orange ones are so bland looking. This is not a stew, though. And I'm just following the recipe. Why? What do you put in it? Please don't say shredded carrots. Mm. They're not chunks, they're slices. This is a recipe that I got from elsewhere. Mm. All right, let's check on our bread. Lots of Thai curry with carrots. See? Carrots. Ooh, hot things are hot. That looks good. Into the pad you go. All right, last two. I use Mirepoix. Well, carrots might be the American equivalent to the actual vegetable that's used in Thailand because it's not uncommon for when a recipe comes over here if there's not a if it's not readily available, the oh, onions, carrots, and celery. This is oh, okay, yeah, no, this is not that kind of a thing. I've never had celery. I've never in my life had celery in Thai curry. It's like if I was making a stew or a gumbo, yeah, but definitely not in a curry. But good to know what that's called. So how do I pronounce it? Is it Mirepoix? Mirepoix. Mirepoix? Like I know I don't pronounce every letter there. I just know it. Mirepoix. Mirepoix. Okay, thank you. I will remember that and make sure to include that information in future streams so that others may also know this information. Mirepoix. 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 There we go. Okay, I think that's close. I'll try to figure out how it's fully pronounced later, but that is close enough for now. Beside foreign bad words, I don't fluently speak any other languages, but I do my best to pronounce the few words I do know correctly. I think it's just respectful, at least as far as I'm concerned. Thank you, Plush. But life is bread. Yes. So the bakery I work at, um, we have one of our breads is labeled pan lavan, and people are like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "It's sourdough." And they're like, "Oh, why don't you just label it sourdough?" Because that would be boring. Yep. It's pronounced pan, but it's spelled pain. It's one of the things I love about it. But yeah, no, our customers come in and they're like, they're like, what is pain à la van? And I'm like, it's pain à la van and it's sourdough. All right, last few things. We've got the sugar in. We're gonna take it off of the heat. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Where's my soy sauce? There's my soy sauce. Yes, it's a Kikkoman bottle. No, it's not Kikkoman soy sauce. I just use the bottle because it's convenient. I buy my soy sauce by large, copious amounts in different kinds, and it's easier to pour it into a measuring spoon from a little bottle like that. So I just refill that thing. All right. And then it says 2 teaspoons of lime juice. So I'm just going to give it a little squeezy. And we can taste it and go from there. Pan à la van sounds like fun on a bun. Oh, I have to bring some of the breads from the bakery home so y'all can see them. Well, I bring them home. I just need to use them on stream. What I need to get a hold of is they use challah bread for the French toast there, and I need to get a loaf of it so I can make a stuffed French toast with the Devonshire cream on top and homemade freezer jam. That would be delicious. Shouldn't the bottle of the good one. Well, mine isn't like bootleg. It's just a different brand, and I like it. And it's not as expensive as Kikkoman. It's just the bottle's convenient. If I could find a bottle without the Kikkoman label on it, I would probably use that. Hmm. I think we could use a little bit more red curry paste. Just a little. That should be good. Mix that in, mix it in. It always freaks my little brain out a little bit how soupy Thai curry is. Like, I expect it to be thicker, not just chunky, but like thicker. And I'm always having to resist the urge to add like cornstarch to thicken it up. Because I've had it at restaurants and I've made it myself, and it's always kind of thinner and soupier than other curries, and it just makes my little brain scream a little bit, but it's still delicious and still my favorite kind of curry because of the taste. Goat curry stew. No, I have not. Walmart branded to the brand names. Turn those so they're towards the center. Okay, now we'll try it again. Oh yeah, that's spot on. And now, because I'm a godless fucking heathen, instead of throwing this shit on top, I'm gonna mix it in. I have yet to get Thai curry at a restaurant that didn't already have a little cilantro in it, so we're going with that. It's the goat. I haven't tried. Well, wait. No, it's probably in the same. I can't eat that, but I will learn how to cook it for somebody else. Food is your god. Food is my god. Mmm, delicious. I like how colorful this is. Right, looks like we're coming to a finish here. Let's go check on our rice in a minute. Cooking is worship. I send them a prayer. Yep. I like to tell people that food is my love language. If I cook for you, I care about you. If I buy you fast food, unless I know you really well and I know you like fast food and it's your happiness, If I just buy you fast food and I don't know you well, it means I probably don't like you yet. Mm, perfect. I love it. Boop. Okay, that one came out a little greasier than I intended, but it's fine. Cool, I didn't completely wreck the kitchen today, everybody. Beltris! Who would be in the pantheon of food gods? Start with Gordon Ramsay. Yes. I don't know. If my prep is done and done mise en place. Oh wait, I used to know how to pronounce that. Mise en pas? Is the S pronounced? Mise en pas. Pass. Is the S pronounced at the end of that? Anyway, gourmet fast food. Yeah, you're not wrong. Mise en place. Okay, it's the L. That's weird. I like Gordon Ramsay when he's not being an asshole on American shows. In fact, Gordon Ramsay's show, Gordon Ramsay Uncharted, is what kind of inspired me to look into culinary anthropology as a possible future career if I manage to go to college. He's actually a pretty decent dude if he's not, again, being paid to be an ass on American shows, because he's literally. And that's your opinion. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm not saying I share it. I like seeing him work with kids. I remember on one of his shows, he was trying to be nice because one of the kids got disqualified and the kid started crying. And he was like, oh no, there's a child crying. What do I do about this? Yeah, I like watching him on his non American shows. Go. I don't know why the American ones just want him to be an asshole. Alrighty, let's go check on our rice. Is it done? It looks like it's done. Awesome, it's done. Go. Ready. These also look done. So we're going to turn this off. You made that guy who got banned cry. I have no idea which one you're talking about, but was it one of his American shows or one of his European shows? Because again, in the American shows, the people who are producing whatever want him to be an asshole because it gets more views. It's one of the many reasons I am ashamed to be American. And I am not opposed to making a child cry if they're being a little shit. I don't know if the kid was being a little shit. I didn't watch that particular episode. But yeah. Alrighty, time to plate. I'm gonna rinse my hands off so I don't get dust all over the plates. I have to remember to take a picture this time. Last time I didn't take a picture. I was very, very sad. You ate at a lot of the Kitchen Nightmares places when he was in Long Island, New York. Interesting. All right, let's get rid of this. I'm going to take it over here and just put it down here until I can wash it. I'm covered in flour. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I was gonna grab plates. No, wait, maybe bowls? Yeah, bowls. Alrighty, I need a rice paddle. Be right back, chat. I need to go get the rice out of the rice cooker. I like this rice when it cooks because it looks kind of a purplish color. Don't even remember what kind of rice it is. I just know I like it. And I'm kind of sad because I'm almost out, and since I don't know what kind of rice it is, I don't know if I'll be able to get more. Making a picture perfect bit of rice. All right, now I need that should work. Let's see. Your brain is spooky sometimes, but we Connor, but everyone is a Muppet. And why? You realize that on the West Coast, most people have been told that New York people are like the meanest people you'll ever meet, right? Like, I don't believe it, but that's what we're told over here. There we go. Yeah, one thing I've noticed since moving to Seattle, when I ask people why they didn't get in touch with the other, well, here's the thing. I've never had a problem with the Seattle freeze, and I've lived here for 7 years now. But that's because I'm annoying. See, most of the people I meet, they're like, yeah, nobody, we say we'll get in touch, and then I never hear from them again. And then I ask, when I started actually asking around, why don't you reach out? And every single time the answer was, if they don't want to talk to me, I don't want to talk to them. Or I didn't want to bother them. So if every single person is assuming the other person will take the first step, how's anybody going to get to know each other? So I've never had an issue with the Seattle freeze because I'm annoying. I give you 3 days, and if I don't hear from you, I'm sending you a text. We're going to go try that restaurant we were talking about. Who says hello to thousands of people per day? But yeah, no, I've never met a person who didn't reach out to the other person here because they didn't like them or they thought they were annoying. It's just everybody here is too shy. And I'm just really loud, so I fixed the problem myself. I have adopted many an introvert that way since I got here. All right, let's find a decent looking piece for the top garnish. That looks pretty good. We'll use you. No, wait, not that one. Maybe that one? That one's pretty nice. Hiya. Yes, I'm preparing to take a picture of my food. Seconds. But we are super friendly. So I imagine it's a lot like the Seattle freeze. People assume the Seattle freeze is because people are not friendly, when in fact it's just that they're too damn polite. Same thing with the stop signs out here. You get to a four-way stop sign and everybody's like, no, 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 you go. No, 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 you go. No, 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 I insist you go. And nobody moves for like a minute. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'll reserve my judgments on Gordon Ramsay until the day I actually get to finally meet him. And I've never heard a bad story about him from someone who's run into him in the wild. So I still hope to meet the dude eventually. Let's add a little more of the juicy juicy. No, you go. Okay, stomps on the accelerator. That's basically what I do. Little extra orange stuff. There, that looks good. Oh yes, where sorry doesn't actually mean sorry. Somebody ban that person or that bot. Picture in my slime. All right, photo time. Ingrained in them from birth. Yes, the sorry, not sorry thing. All right, let me get. I wish I had a small plate for this to go with. I suppose I'll just put the roti on a big plate and call it good. The plating, 'tis important. I'm keeping those extra buttery ones for myself. Too much flour. It's gonna throw off my picture. There. Keep the extra buttery ones for myself. Minnesota, which is like Canada, the USA, and met someone called the Minnesota nice, but but people are crazy anywhere. All right, photo time, everybody. First, we make sure the camera's clean. Make sure everything else is out of my way. Go pictures. This is how I make my friends jealous, so that they'll come over next time I invite them to dinner. Now we can eat. Let's see. She laughed because it's true. Yeah, yeah. All right, Revenant, are you ready for foodies? Let's try this, and then we can go ahead and raid someone. Anybody know who's on? Is Cheesecake on? I hope Cheesecake's on. Small spoon, friendly. Here's something fun to explain to people. Small spoon, friendly. Big spoon, aggressive. And I don't make the rules. So let's try this. See how it is. My spoon is too big. From the early days of the internet. Like the pre-memes. Oh, this is good. That water tank is specifically for the kitchen because this is, you may have missed the part where I moved to a commune. So this building was once a barn. I live in the loft directly above this kitchen. And this is a big community kitchen. There's a big rec room and another loft and an office on the other end. There's another water heater for the bathroom and the showers attached to that end of the building. I think there's like 5 water heaters on the property overall. But yeah, this one is specifically for the kitchen. No, why does everybody assume if I live in a commune, I live in a cult? Jesus fucking Christ. I moved here so I would have to spend less on groceries and less on rent and have garden space. Alrighty, let's go ahead and find ourselves somebody to raid because I'm hungry and I gotta get up early for work. No, you're the one with the cult here. I think the only culty thing about this place is the obsession everybody here has with rescuing animals. That's why we have like a good 2 dozen chickens, a ridiculous amount of rabbits, and a pig named Rosie, and she's precious. Are there cats, Lion? If there's cats, I'm in. Alright, let's go find somebody to raid. Do 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 do. Let's see. Food time. The wives? I take it you're not married. My husband got lucky. I'm stubborn. I don't think cheesecake is on. I really hoped to raid cheesecake. I was, you think I wouldn't have cats in a cult when I'm basically a cat myself? Yeah, my husband's lucky I'm crazy and stubborn. And that I know how to cook, because he'd starve to death if I didn't. Okay, so my usuals don't seem to be here. So let's see. Skipping that Anthony Bourdain thing. Maybe the only deaf guy? I was weirdly, really, really hoping for cheesecake today. I haven't gotten to raid her channel in a hot minute. Okie dokie, I guess we're gonna go raid the only deaf guy again. Let's boogie on over and say hello, everybody. Let me get the raid set up. All right, back over here. Care of my goats. The wives do house things. If my husband ever said that, he wouldn't wake up tomorrow. Okay, it's /raid space paste. Okay, I think this is... Yes, awesome. Okay, we're gonna be on our way. Everybody play nice, say hello. This guy's cool. He's got 2 cochlear implants. He's an awesome dude. No, he knows the number 1 rule is he doesn't own me and he doesn't get to tell me what to do, and I keep feeding him. So that's how things are. If he does what he's supposed to, and by that I mean staying out of my way and understanding I'm not property, he gets to live a good life. Alrighty, everybody, you have a good night, sweet dreams, happy snacking, all that fun things, and be excellent to each other. Bye-bye.